on the show. It's the New York Yankees taking on the San Francisco Giants. Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. And today's starter, Logan Webb. What do we need to know here?
Well, primary pitch is an outstanding sinker. It's hard to pick up out of the hand, but in the last few feet really has arm side movement. Tough pitch for hitters to get the barrel of the bat on.
Okay, all set to go. Trent Grisham stepping in now for the Yankees. And we're off and running in a brand new season. That one close, rule the ball. Ball 2.
Well, second pitch of this game and already getting squeezed a little bit.
There's a strike.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
On the ground at first, Schmidt. He'll do it himself. 1 out in the top of the first.
Batting second.
And time now to check out the New York Yankees lineup. With an excellent arm on the mound, Singy, this won't be easy. They'll need to take advantage of the opportunities that they do have.
You're right about that, Boog. Odds are they won't have many chances against this guy, but if they can rattle him out of the gates, they'll have a shot. If not, look out. It might be a long day for this offense.
Gets the outside corner with that one.
I mean, that's perfect location right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
That one fouled off. Just getting started here in San Francisco. Fly ball down the line. And that one is foul, so we'll try it again. Another 1-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
2 down, nobody on.
Ball. That's a ball.
That misses the zone, and the count is 3-1. That clips the corner. Fights it off. You'll see another. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Swing and a foul ball at the plate. They'll do it again.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Got him looking for the toe. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Now it's the Giants' turn. No score. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Oracle Park and towing the slab, Max Fried What do you look for here?
The opposing hitters are going to see a lot of cutters. This guy can throw it to the front side of the plate, the back side of the plate, so you're really not able to cheat to get the fat part of the bat on the baseball.
Luis Ariz stands in.
Tonight, second baseman, number 1, Luis Ariz.
Oh, he doesn't get the call.
That's a ball.
And that's ball 1. Challenge from behind the dish here. And on further review, it was a strike. Still 2 challenges left for them. The 0-1. Yeah, that's fouled off.
That's down. Ball.
Maximus notches the K.
Batting second, third baseman.
Now we take a peek at the Giants lineup. Now with their ace on the mound today, they're just looking to provide him a little bit of run support, and they'll see what they can do for him.
Boog, with an ace on the bump, it's crucial not to become complacent. This lineup still has a job to do if they're going to come away with a win.
Nice grab. Over to first. Nicely done for the out.
Batting third, designated hitter, Rafael.
2 down, bases empty. Here's Rafael Devers. Grounder off the pitcher. Safe at first, and now we'll check on the lefty. Hope he's all right. And now they'll hustle out to check on him. That was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee.
Yeah, clearly in some real pain, but he will not want to come out of this game if he doesn't have to. It's looking to me like he's going to try to shake it off and continue.
Hey!
Devers off of first with 2 away. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2.
And at bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Here's the 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Now an 0-2 from Freed. Way inside, gets out of the way. And right back to the mound. On to first, out number 3. Scoreless after 1. Back here in San Francisco. On now to the top half of inning number 2. Ben Rice stepping in now for the Yankees.
That's a ball.
And he can't come up with it. Flips it, and it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out. Out towards right center field. And a couple of quick outs.
Batting sixth, second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. There's the strike. No score here in the second. And that one hammered way back there. It's got a chance. And that one is off the wall. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Batting seventh, shortstop, Jose Caballero.
Mansingy, he hit that ball right on the sweet spot. According to StatCast, the exit velo 110 miles an hour.
Yeah, Boog. I mean, that right there is an absolute missile. And he just put a great swing on it, squared it up perfectly. Those are the ones that feel really good.
On the ground, the rise. And that ends the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom half of inning number 2. And digging in for San Francisco, Jung-Hoo Lee. Max Fried will go to work.
That's a ball.
A 1-0. And that one
That's
almost hit him.
Not showing great command so far in this at bat. 2-0 count. He's got to execute here or this could get ugly.
There's the strike. 95 of that one. Two now. That one missed. Got him looking for the strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one.
Hey!
Comes the 0-1. And that one is inside. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And it's a called strike after the review. So they still got both their challenges. The 0-2. In the air, right field. And there's 2 away.
Seven, first baseman,
Casey Schmidt, the next Giant to hit. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. In there at the knees for a strike. That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And they'll do it again. That one
Ball,
just
that's low.
misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Struck him out swinging. That K is his 3rd of the game. Giants go down quietly. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. All set for the start of the inning. And stepping in for the Yankees, Ryan McMahon. Outside low, ball 1. Liner, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Batting ninth, catcher Austin Wells.
That one just misses, and the count is 1-2. Now this one gets away from the catcher. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
Definitely trying to work down and get that double play ball, but it got away enough to erase any chance of that. Good job of moving up in the scoring position. Now a hit could make that wild pitch really sting.
And it's second. That one misses. Full count now. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Three-two. Swing, and that's ripped towards right center. Brings it in. Runner tags at second. Throw into third. He's in there.
Up next for the Yankees, center fielder Trent Grisham.
Back to the top of the Yankee order. Here's the center fielder, Trent Grisham. Grounded out his first time up.
Ball.
The 1-0. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Swings through that. The Yankees looking to strike first here on opening day. Good job to fight that one off. 1-2 now. And there's a ball.
Ball.
The Yanks with a chance to score first. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. That's way outside. And now it's 3-2. And ball four to
Take
a
your
board.
base.
Up next for the Yankees, the designated hitter, Aaron Judge.
Swings through that one for strike one.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Late that time, and it's strike two.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
2 on, 1 out. And now it's even up. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. So the call stands. 1 challenge remaining for them now. Swing and a miss. Him out. Huge strikeout there.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big 2-out at bat coming up now.
Here's Cody Bellinger. His first at bat was a strikeout. Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. A 3-run dinger. And the Yankees have the lead. It's 3-0.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. Well, Oracle Park has so many cool features and qualities, but there are none better than McCovey Cove and the splash down home run. It's only 309 down that line, but hitting one out there in the bay is a lot harder than it looks. And you really have to get a hold of one to get it over the big brick wall in the arcade section, and he just crushed that thing.
A bit behind with that swing. It's strike one. Two down, nobody on. And a foul ball. On the ground, right side, Arise. In plenty of time for first, and the inning is over. Yankees with a 3-run shot. It's now 3-0. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Bottom of the inning, and digging in for San Francisco, Patrick Bailey. In the air to left center. Reaching for it and brings it in.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball one.
Not giving him a pitch to hit there isn't a bad thing. He's dealing with a great first pitch hitter up there.
That's inside. Ball.
2-0 to count. Here it comes. Rip to third. To first, and 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third.
Giant. Second baseman, Luis Arise.
Here comes Luis Arise to the plate. If you're looking for contact, this is your guy.
Yeah, and if you're looking for batting titles, he's also your guy. Arise is the first player in MLB history to win 3 straight with 3 different teams. the Twins, Marlins, and the Padres.
This one lifted in the air, left field, and that'll do it. So they go quietly there. 3 innings complete. Yankees 3 and the Giants nothing. Back here at Oracle Park as we go to the top of the 4th. Giancarlo Stanton stepping in now for the Yankees.
You know, these Yankees doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
And another ball.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
That one misses.
Ball 4.
So a leadoff walk.
Up next for the Yankees, second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Dives, but it kicks off his glove. The throw is still in time. So they get the first out of the inning.
Well, I really like this right here. He knocked the ball down on that dive and then was able to pick it up, get it to second base, cut that lead runner off, and that's keeping a guy out of scoring position.
One out man at first. Digging in, Jose Caballero. He's 0 for 1. Pushes to first, and he's back in there. Fought off foul. Yankees up by 3. Top half of inning number 4. Almost got him. Here's a 1-1. Runner on the go. Pitch misses.
That's it.
Throw to second. Out of bounds. Safe.
You know, having a good lead is so key when you're stealing bases, even if you've got great speed. But if you don't have great speed but can get an extended lead and a good jump, you can steal bases on a catcher who can really throw it. That's a nice job right there.
Runner at second here, 1 gone. And it's even up. Sets him down looking. And that's 4 strikeouts. Chris, he looks locked in on reaching a milestone we know has been coming up for him.
Yeah, Boog, 2 to go, and he'll move up into a new echelon for career Ks. Pretty special when you get to watch a pitcher have a moment like that.
Ball outside.
Runner at second, 2 down.
Ball.
There's a strike.
He doesn't get a knock right here. That pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
Man on second, 2 down. And a swing and a miss. Goes down looking. 1 left for the Yankees, but they lead at 3-0. Bottom of the fourth,
Leading
and
off
digging in
the
for San
Giants,
Francisco, Matt
third
Chapman.
baseman, Matt Chapman.
Slice down the right side. Now the 0-1. Up the middle. Fires to first on the run, and they get the out.
Up next for the Giants, designated hitter, Rafael Devers.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
The 1-1. He swings and fouls one off. Got him swinging. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location. But clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
Adames now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. And it's 1-1. Waves at the bender for the strikeout. Giants are down 1-2-3. They trail it here 3-0. Back here in San Francisco, here's the Yankees catcher now, Austin Wells. Webb back to work.
Nope, ball.
Up the middle, and that one finds its way through. And that turns the lineup over.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Here comes the manager out of the Giants dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Logan Webb won't go any further. Just never found his groove, wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on, back in a moment.
Now pitching for
New
the
pitcher
Giants,
now, Ryan
number
Barucki.
43.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
That's a ball.
The lefty, the 1-0.
Ball, that's down.
In the dirt. Big swing and a miss.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it, still try to get that ground ball double play.
And now 2-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information. But the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating. That's really good pitching right there. And it's a good job of the pitcher and the catcher working together.
The 1-0.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
Swings through that one. Action in the San Francisco bullpen. Eric Miller, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Roop, the right-hander, also getting loose. 2-1 on Judge.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
That's one of those you classify as just too hot to handle. Hit it on the screws, and it couldn't be fielded cleanly, but you can't really blame the defense in that case.
Big spot, and Cody Bellinger stepping to the dish. He's already homered here in this one. Ripped to right. Plays it on a bounce, and it deflects away. Here comes Wells around third. He's safe, and it's 4-0.
Picks himself up an RBI. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
That one is downstairs. Ball 1. Two on, 1 out. That one off the mark, and it's 2-0.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Swings and misses at the sweeper. Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. Foul off the plate, they'll do it again.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
The 2-2 now. Battling here as he fouls it away. Here's a 2-2. Fights it off, you'll see another. 2-2 now. And that's downstairs and outside. Could be extra bases. One run across. Bellinger on his way home. The relay. He's safe as he gets his hand in. And it's now a 6-run lead.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Man at second with 1 away. Now here is Giancarlo Stanton. He's 0 for 1. just
No, that
missed.
missed. That's a ball.
A little bit low.
That's a ball.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
And it's second.
Yeah.
Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Line drive out towards left field. That's a base hit. To third, not in time. And it's runners at the corners with one gone.
Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
First pitch swinging. Runners at the corners, one away here on opening day. Base hit and a run in to score. Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Ryan Barucki is done, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. So the Giants with a new pitcher on the hill, Eric Miller.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
So one out with two aboard. Jose Caballero stepping in now for the Yankees. The shortstop takes the ball. And the 1-0. This one in the air center field. Bader settles under it. And he makes the catch.
Up next for the Yankees, third baseman Ryan McMahon.
Fastball for a strike.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they creeping into my mind right now.
No, that's out.
4 runs already in the frame. We're at the top of the 5th. Late with the swing there.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
And that's a strikeout looking. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. So 9 batters come to the plate. 4 of them score. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Yankees 7 and the Giants nothing. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And digging in for San Francisco, Jung-Hoo Lee. Foul ball there.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
That one's upstairs, ball 1.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
For the Giants, left fielder Elliot Ramos.
Misses
Ball,
off
that's
the plate.
outside.
Ball one.
Oh, yeah. That's a ball.
That one
That
missed.
missed. That's a ball.
Well, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
On the ground to the left.
Foul ball.
And foul ball. Payoff pitch. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along.
To the Giants. First baseman, Casey.
So up next, Casey Schmidt struck out swinging his first time.
He's really working that inside corner with the cutter. I tell you what, I hated that pitch. So tough to get the barrel to and to keep it fair.
Swings through that.
Now this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
A little bit low.
No, ball.
Now 1 and 2. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. We're back, and here's a look at how we got to this stage of the game. Austin Wells will hit next.
Catcher, Austin Wells.
You know, these
Ball,
Yankees doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. Despite having 9 hits in the game, the numbers don't exactly jump off the page in terms of exit velocity. Nearly half have been traveling less than 90 miles per hour off the bat, but they're finding a way to get it done.
Swings through that one for strike 2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 down.
To the Yankees. Center fielder, Trent Bishop.
Oh, great stop to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Up next for the Yankees, the designated hitter, Aaron Judge.
2 outs, base is empty. Here is Aaron Judge. 1 for 3. And the 0-1. Fouled off left side.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
99 miles per hour to finish him off. So the Yanks go in order, but they're still in control. It's 7-0. Back here at Oracle Park, now it's the Giants catcher, Patrick Bailey. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does.
Inside.
Ball inside.
Ball one.
The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset is the way he plays the game on defense.
Swing and a miss.
Ball high.
Outside.
Ball outside.
Full count now. Ground ball to the middle. That's a base hit. And they have their first base runner since the first inning.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And it's 1-0. Read out of the stretch fires. Swinging a foul straight back. 2-2 now. And that just misses. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. Bailey aboard here at first with nobody out. Gets a piece and stays alive. Payoff pitch. The other way. Throw comes in. Runner stops. Second and third. Nobody out.
Back-to-back base hits. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Giants lineup. Luis Arias, the next to hit. Just off the inside edge. The lefty, the 1-0. High fly ball, right field. This could go the distance. Home run. He'll take a jog around the bases. And they throw 3 on the board. It's 7-3.
No, Boog, clearly some frustration out there on the mound right now. I mean, that ball was so close to going foul. Would have been a long strike, but instead, batter gets rewarded. Did a nice job of getting to the pitch and hitting it hard enough to get over the fence.
Wood!
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Here comes the 0-1. Line drive, base hit. So man aboard, and up next for San Francisco, Rafael Devers, 1 for 2. Swinging a foul straight back. Devers in his 9th season, 29 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic.
Here.
The 0-2. And that one
Ball.
missing low. Strikes him out for the 2nd time today.
I can't argue with that one, and clearly he was looking for something else, anything but the breaking ball. It's a great pitch to hit right there if you're looking for it, and kind of a gift in a 2-strike count, but sometimes you just get fooled and you got to tip your cap.
High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And there are 2 outs.
Up next for the Giants.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Jung-Hoo Lee, the next Giant to hit, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Calls it in to end the inning. When the Giants go deep, it's bye-bye, baby. It's now 7-3.
Leading off for the Yankees.
Bellinger up to hit, looking to do more of what he did back in the 3rd.
No doubt. That 3-run homer is a huge reason why they're in a good spot right now in this ball game, and an important swing of the bat. The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
On the ground, and it finds its way through for a hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Up next for the Yankees, first baseman Ben White.
That pitch clips the outside corner. Strike 1.
Ball.
And the call stands. It was indeed a ball. So that removes their last challenge. The 1-1.
Ball.
Just
That's a ball.
missed. Check swing, and he went. That is strike 2. Bellinger on at first, nobody out. Swing and a miss, 98 miles per hour on the gun.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
One out man at first. Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads.
That's a ball.
The 1-0. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Throw to first.
No,
Bellinger dives back. Man at first, one away. Straight three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Bader under it. And that is that. The Yanks lead one, but they still lead it 7-3. Set for the last half of the seventh. And digging in for San Francisco, Elliot Ramos.
Ball.
Activity in the bullpen for the Yankees. Camilo Doval, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Number 80 warming up as well. Foul ball.
So glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer all around the league.
And that one is inside. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Stays alive. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Stanton takes it in for the out. And there's one away.
Up next for the Giants, first baseman, Casey Smith.
Just missed.
That's low. That's a ball.
The Giants down by 4 here at the bottom of the 7th. That one fouled off. 2-2. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Schmidt tries to hold up, appeal to first, and no swing, says Joe McDonald. Payoff pitch. And that's ball 4.
Ball 4. Take your base.
Aaron Boone makes his way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen. Max Fried will give way, and he exits with a nice lead. Threw the ball well, and we'll have a new pitcher when we come back.
Now pitching for the Yankees.
So out of the pen comes the
Number
right-hander,
75.
Camilo Doval.
Camilo Doval.
He has a great slider with tons of movement. So digging in,
Up
Patrick
next for the
Bailey.
Giants,
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Grounds one to short. Off balance, there's one. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. Starting to run out of outs as they're unable to chip away. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Yankees 7 and the Giants 3.
Now pitching for
New
the
pitcher
Giants.
on here,
Number
Landon Root.
65.
The offense will need to be ready for the breaking stuff. He's got a great curveball.
Leading off for the Yankees, shortstop, Jose Caballero.
Swing and a miss. Misses outside.
No, that's outside. Ball.
Ball 1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. The shortstop takes the ball.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Towards first. Schmidt steps on the bag. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Up next for the Yankees, third baseman, Ryan McMahon.
Ryan McMahon steps to the plate. Missed inside with the curve. Activity in the bullpen. Matt Gage, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Swings through that one out front that time.
This guy's sink has so much drop angle, it's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
Well, that was perfect execution of that curveball. Down and in, he gets it out of the danger zone, and you really can't do it much better than that. It's in the zone the entire way, so you have to swing as a hitter, but then it just falls off the table and almost hits you in the back foot.
There's a strike. Inside, almost got him. 2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th. Check swing, went around. That's strike 2. And a base hit up the middle. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order.
Up next for the Yankees, center fielder.
Now it's Trent Grisham to the plate. 0 for 3 in this one.
Deja.
Wells leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Ball to strike. The pitch. Up the middle. They get the 4. That's out number 3. 1 left for the Yankees, but they lead it by 4. It's 7-3. Back here in San Francisco, and digging in for San Francisco, Harrison Bader. The Giants in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at-bat out of him right here.
Ball.
Movement in the bullpen. Tim Hill getting loose out there. The 1-0. Out towards right center field. Stanton gets under it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Giants, second baseman, please arrive.
That's a ball. That's inside.
Swings through that. Swing and a miss at a slider.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Outside
Ball.
low. Ball 2. And there's a rocket into the outfield. And that's going to get into the corner. Cut off, throw to second, and he's there with a double.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
1 out, runner at second. Matt Chapman getting ready to hit.
He was the big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center.
Back to right. Stanton should have this one. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Giants, designated
Manager
hitter,
out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Camilo Doval won't go any further, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for the
Out of the bullpen for the Yankees,
Number
Tim
41.
Hill.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
No, that's out.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Next offering is fouled back. The lefty ready, and a 1-1.
Ball.
And Devers hits that one. Makes the grab on the run. That is the inning. Tidy work out of the Yankee bullpen there. Through 8 full, it's the Yankees 7 and the Giants 3. Back here at Oracle Park, they put themselves out in front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
Yeah, when a team has this many knocks, a lot of the time it gets clustered to one side or another. Not today. They're hitting it all over the field.
And ball
That's
one
the ball.
to Judge. Swings through that one. On the ground, right side. And that's a fair ball. Around first, heading for 2. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Even though he was really late on it, he clearly barreled the ball because that one was ripped down the line. He had to be really short with that swing and not get beat by that pitch.
Swing and a ground ball. Adames, the throw to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Yankees, first baseman Ben Rice.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Ben Rice.
The goal is to give your teammate a chance to score from third. There's a few ways he can get it done, but his best chance is to drive one in the air. Look for the right pitch up and then smoke it.
Ball.
Missed
That's
inside
in. Ball.
with the curve. 1 away with a runner at third. Here at the top of the 9th. Next offering is fouled back. 2-2 now. And they'll do it again. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Out on the drop, third strike, 2 gone.
Big strikeout right there, and that kind of takes the pressure off the defense a bit. Infield was in, so now they can move back, give themselves more time on a grounder to make a play. A lot more ways to work out of this and strand that runner at third now.
Here comes the manager out of the Giants dugout. So they turn to the veteran pitcher in this spot, Matt Gage.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. It's the Yankees 7 and the Giants 3. Bottom 9. Here's a cleanup hitter for the Giants, Willie Adames. Out to short, Caballero. Throws to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Giants, right fielder, Jung-Hoo Lee.
Ground ball, left side.
That ball's foul.
And it goes just foul. Hill, a 6'4" lefty. He features a sinker, a 4-seamer, and he works in a slider. Got him looking. Now only 1 out remaining.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Ramos. Ball. Stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. Next offering is fouled back.
No, that's down. Ball.
That's down
Ball.
and in. There's a swing and a drive. That one is back. Into the bleachers and gone. Home run. He sends a rocket to left. And they cut into the lead. It's David Bednar comes on trying to close it out. A chance at his first save of the year.
Hurt.
They're down to their final strike.
That big curve inside is a pitch that can buckle you a little bit. Looks like a fastball out of hand and then just drops over that inside part of the plate.
Got him. That finishes the evening's action. Welcome to 24 Willie Mays Plaza, the home of the Giants and Oracle Park. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the New York Yankees taking on the San Francisco Giants. The crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. And now here's the starter for San Francisco, Logan Webb. And Singy, he's one of the most dominant arms in all of baseball.
The primary pitch is an outstanding sinker. It's hard to pick up out of the hand, but in the last few feet really has arm side movement. Tough pitch for hitters to get the barrel of the bat on.
All right, ready to get underway. Trent Grisham stepping in now for the Yankees. And a new season is officially underway. 0-1 now. Gets the strike. That was the sweeper. And takes low for ball one. He goes down looking. Here's a look at Aaron Boone's lineup for the Yankees. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singing.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
0-1 down. Hit hard on the ground is short. Gets it to first. Quick start here this evening. 2 out. Top of the first.
Batting third, left fielder, Cody Bellinger.
2 down, base is empty. Now the left fielder, Cody Bellinger.
Yeah!
Clips the corner, and it's 0-2.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
That one misses, and that is ball one. Two down, nobody on. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. The wide, the kick, and the 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. The 1-2. And delivers outside.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
On the ground to the
Foul
left.
ball.
And that's just foul. The 2-2 on the way.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Got him swinging for the strikeout. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. And now we'll see what the Giants can do. No score. You're dialed into the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And on the hill, Max Fried. How about a scouting report on him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Close,
nope,
but called the ball. And that's ball 2. Challenge from behind the dish here. And that one did find the strike zone. They'll keep both their challenges. Here's a 1-1.
That's a ball.
And there's
no,
a ball.
that missed. That's a ball.
Fouled off. He was late. And a payoff pitch. That one misses.
Nope, ball 4.
So
Take your base.
Walk.
Batting second, third baseman, Matt.
And here is Matt Chapman.
Runner, yes,
Here's
yes.
the pitch. Runner goes. A rope into right, and that's a base hit. And no thought of testing that arm in right. Despite the runner moving on the pitch, it's now first and second.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Swings through that one for strike 1. First and second go out here on opening day. In there at the knees. And the 0-2. Ball
Nope,
one there.
that's in.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Good job to fight that one off. Swing, and he popped it up. That one is foul, and he'll see another. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Good eye in that
That missed.
spot.
That's a ball.
And that's a base hit. They won't test it here. Bases loaded, no outs. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Willie Adames stands in. Golden opportunity right here. That's in there. 0-1. Bases loaded, nobody out. Base hit, 1 run is in. A second scores as well, and they lead by 2.
Gets him on the board first, coming through with 2 RBIs on that swing. Cutter on the inside edge of the plate. That's a tough pitch to handle, but he seemed to have no problem with it whatsoever. Turned on it nicely.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. No outs, runners at first and second. That one missed.
Ball.
And a 1-1.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
Up the middle, base hit into the outfield. Devers headed home. Here's the throw to the plate. Safe! In comes the run from second. It's 3-0.
Comes through with the RBI. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
First and second, no outs. Here's Elliot Ramos.
Ha!
Adames over at second. Lee on at first with nobody out.
No, that's down. Ball.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
First and second here, no outs. Out towards right center field. Stanton on his way in. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 away. Here's the Giants lineup. And with their ace on the mound today, they're just looking to provide him a little bit of run support, and they'll see what they can do for him.
Boog, with an ace on the bump, it's crucial not to become complacent. This lineup still has a job to do if they're going to come away with a win.
Right through there for a strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Ground ball right
Foul
side.
ball.
And foul ball. Two on, 1 out. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Base hit! Adames around third. Safe! And they lead by 4.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
First and second, 1 out. Patrick Bailey, the next Giant to hit. The switch hitter batting right. And that one fouled off.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
Bounce to the right side. Feeds the second out there. What a double play that was. Inning over. So it's 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the second from San Francisco. It's the Giants 4 and the Yankees nothing. Back here in San Francisco, top of the second.
Well, early in this ball game, down by 4 runs, you've got to try to get a run back and just look at taking at least 1 an inning. Before you know it, you'll be tied up. He's already pitching with a 4-0 lead, so we should see him be aggressive, fill up the strike zone, don't issue free passes.
Next offering is fouled back. Oh, 2 now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Here's the 0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. The 0-2. And that's down and away. Fights it off. He'll see another.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Here's Stanton now. Webb. He's a guy that has both swing and miss stuff and exceptional command. I mean, that's a rare combination. That makes him one of the best in the game. Next offering is fouled back.
And when a hitter steps in the box, he knows that I got to be ready to swing. And that's where it really opens things up for him to change speeds, change location to get the swing and miss.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts. Chris, he looks locked in on reaching a milestone we know has been coming up for him.
Yeah, Boog, 2 to go, and he'll move up into a new echelon for career
that's a ball.
Ks. Pretty special when you get to watch a pitcher have a moment like that.
Two down, nobody on. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. So many strikeout guys do have trouble with walks because usually the strikeout is tied in to the stuff, and sometimes the stuff is difficult to command. Not the case here. The 1-2. And that one got a piece of him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. So 2 down at the plate. Jose Caballero. There's a strike. And that's a base hit. And now 2 aboard.
Batting 8th, third baseman, Ryan McMahon.
That's the ball down.
2 on, 2 outs. And a foul ball. Way out front for strike 2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Yanks strand a pair. They trail it here 4-0. Bottom of the second, and digging in for San Francisco, Harrison Bader.
Boog, this guy's just a tremendously talented center fielder. Gold Glove caliber type out there. Offensively, he can do some things, but also has some streakiness as well. I think the key is just trying to find a way for him to be consistent day in and day out. He saves runs in the outfield, so that's going to buy him more time to work things out at the dish.
Rip, but it curls foul. 1-1 now. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Next offering is down low. And there's
That's
the
a ball.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Struck him out looking.
That's just a nasty pitch right there, and I'm not surprised at all that he got the strikeout looking. At the plate, looks like it's a fastball off the corner the entire way until just that very last second when that cutting action takes over and brings it back to clip the outside corner. You just got to tip your cap sometimes, but overall, that's just a nasty pitch.
Just off the outside edge. That one finds the zone, and now it's even 1-1. Joe McDonald, our umpire behind the dish.
Yeah, Boog, Joey Mack. Sometimes a little tough to figure out. We may see some hitters and pitchers asking him where a pitch was here or there, but most of the time he keeps it reasonable.
Ball, that's up.
That clips the corner. Arise wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge, and the strike call will stand. Still one challenge left for them. Battling here as he fouls it away. 2-2 now. And that skips into dirt.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They've got him working hard out there.
Stays alive. Payoff pitch. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Really good battle right there, and that final pitch probably could have gone either way. He was hoping he'd get ball 4. Instead, the umpire rings him up for the backwards K.
Matt Chapman up to the plate now. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. He was late there, strike 1. Yo 1. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Pitch misses. Ball 1. Now one missed. Gets a piece and stays alive. The 2-2. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the second. Nothing doing there for San Francisco. They lead 4-0. Back here at Oracle Park, on to the third inning. Austin Wells stepping in now for the Yankees. Webb back to work.
Here, what?
The 0-1. Out to short, Adames. Throw off line, he's safe, and a nice job there to keep it from getting away.
For the Yankees, center fielder Trent Grisham.
First pitch swinging. Here's your 1.
That's a ball.
Wells gets his lead at first with nobody out. Ground ball could be 2. To Adames, that's 1. Over to first, double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
And now big number 99, Aaron Judge, grounded out to short in his first trip. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. Hard ground ball, base knock. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
Really good athlete, and many times we talk about, the feet of infielders. This catcher as well, really quick feet. He's able to recognize the pitch, see the trajectory, and get into a spot where he can block those balls and keep them from going to the backstop. Really impressive with the way he frames, the way that he sets it up, because sometimes those pitches are off the plate, but because he sets up and presents it so well, he still strikes for his pitcher.
That's a ball.
That's inside.
Went with the
That's
sweeper.
a ball.
To the right side. A rise onto first. Third out, and that ends the frame. The Yanks lead 1. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. As we go to the last of the third. And now it's the Giants DH, Rafael Devers.
All these Giants really producing with runners on. It's been a right place, right time kind of game for them. They put a bunch of runs on the board, thanks in large part to 4 hits with runners in scoring position.
The 1-1. And a swing and a miss.
On top of that, they haven't left many guys on base, so they've been efficient getting runners on and finding ways to bring them home.
This one in the air center field. Grisham has a beat on it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Giants, the shortstop, Willie Adames.
A little bit low.
Down, ball.
Ball 1. Next offering upstairs. And there's a ball.
That's a ball.
Strike one.
Ha!
This one's smoked on its way out of here. So he goes yard to left, and they add to their lead. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
We take another look as StatCast tells us that ball took off at 110 miles an hour.
And plenty of distance as well. I mean, that was an impressive home run, Boog. He squared it up and knew it was gone.
One down. Jung-Hoo Lee, the next Giant to hit. That one
That's a ball.
close, ruled a ball. And it's 1-0. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. On the ground, right side, Chisholm. Slinging it to first in time. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now, doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the Giants, first baseman, Casey Schmidt.
And up next for the Giants, Casey Schmidt. Singled and drove in a run his first time.
No!
Freed checks over to first, and he's back. Schmidt, 27 years old, and he was a second-round pick in 2020. That one finds the zone. Strike one. Right through there for a strike.
And at bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Now an 0-2 from Freed. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Fights it off. You'll see another. And Freed gets his second strikeout of the game. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. And the lead is now 5-0. Back here in San Francisco. So now the Yankees cleanup hitter, Ben Rice. Checks swing to the first pitch. Look down to third. And Freddie Ferguson says he went around. Swings through that one for strike two. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. outside.
Ball.
And that's downstairs. 2-2. On the ground to short, Adames. Tosses to
He's
first.
out of there.
That's the first out in the top of the fourth.
Up next for the Yankees, right fielder Giancarlo Stanton.
And a
Ball.
sweeper misses for a ball. That one fouled off. Here's a 1-1. And a swing and a miss there. Missed with a changeup. Ball 2. And they'll do it again. Here's a 2-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. 2 outs, base is empty. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. He was plunked in his first trip to the plate. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Swing and a miss. Got him swinging for the K. Picks up strikeout number 7. Got an order, go to Yankees. It's 5-0.
Now pitching for the Yankees.
Camilo Doval
Number
gets handed the rock
75.
out of the pen.
Camilo
He has
Doval.
a great slider with tons of movement.
Leading off to the Giants, catcher Patrick Bailey.
Ball.
Chopped to the right side, Rice. He takes it on his own. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
Up next for the Giants, center fielder Harrison Bader.
So here's Bader now. Struck out looking his first time. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Right through there for a strike. And that one is lifted in the air. 2 down.
Up next for the Giants, second baseman Luis Arias.
Hee-haw!
Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
2 down, nobody on. That one way inside. That's to third, and it stays fair. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Chapman at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. Right back to him on the mound. And that's the inning. 1 left for San Francisco, but they hold a 5-0 lead. Ready now for the 5th inning. And stepping in for New York, Jose Caballero. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. There's the strike. Misses the sweeper. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Up next for the Yankees, third baseman Ryan McMahon.
Drilled out towards left center field. Going back. And brings it in at the wall.
Man, Boog, I love watching an outfielder take on the wall to make that play, and it's a lot easier to watch from up here because that can be painful in the end. You know the wall's coming up on you quickly, so you have to maintain concentration and able to make that catch and hold on to it after contact.
Well, in the box now, no balls and a strike.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Two down, nobody on. Here on opening day. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Got him. Third out. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Bottom of the inning, and digging in for San Francisco, Rafael Devers. First offering way inside, almost got him. And the 1-0.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers. Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
That misses the zone. 3-1. There's the strike. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Right through there, got him. 1 out.
Well, that's a pitch, that slider from an opposite-handed pitcher that you usually see very well, but for some reason he didn't pick it up, and it just kind of got into the strike zone late. Gave up on it a little bit early.
That misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the air, left field. And that'll fall for a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Up next for the Giants, right fielder
Jung-Hoo Lee, the next Giant to hit. Gets under it and pops it up. McMahon settles under this one. Out number 2.
Up next for the Giants, left fielder.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Camilo Doval gives way. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for the Yankees.
So they turn to the lefty
Number
in this
41,
spot, Tim Hill.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
That's a ball.
That's too
Nope,
low.
ball.
2. And he hits a ground ball right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So the Giants leave 1 as they are unable to add to their 5-0 lead. Welcome back as we look at the highlights from today's game so far. So up next,
Leading
Trent
off for the
Grisham.
Yankees, center fielder Trent Grisham.
First
That's a
pitch
ball.
way inside, a fastball. That one ripped, but foul. And now it's 1-2. On the ground.
Foul ball.
And it goes just foul.
Well, he hasn't gotten the result yet, but it's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this guy.
That misses, and it's 2-2. Caught him looking for the K.
Pretty electric stuff showing up on the mound right now. I mean, into double-digit strikeouts. He should be able to rack up some more before he's done in this one. And you know, not many of these hitters have had much of an answer for what he's offering out there.
High fly ball, right field. Lee on the move. That's out number 2.
Up next for the Yankees, left fielder Cody Bellinger.
And here comes Bellinger. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game.
Ball.
Look, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
2 down, nobody on. And that is downstairs. And now 3-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Right side. And that one finds its way through. And they have their first base runner since the 3rd inning.
Up next for the Yankees.
He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Out into left center for a line drive base hit. Ramos hurries it back in, and they hold him at second. Maybe this is going to be the moment they start the comeback.
Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Now let's see if they can string something together, make it a little more interesting.
Ball.
Stanton, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Two on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. And that is that. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. Back after this on the show. Well, we go bottom 6. And digging in for San Francisco, Casey Schmidt. Ball 1,
no that missed. That's a ball.
Hit on the ground to the right side. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. The flip, and they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay.
Up next for the Giants. Catcher, Patrick Kelly.
Swings through that. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Will Warren, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Number 80 getting loose as well. Next offer in there for a strike. That is strike 2.
Well, don't expect too many more high fastballs. This is a good sinker ball pitcher, and sometimes they can make mistakes trying to pitch up in the zone. Look for him to stay down around the knees to be effective.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 0-2. Swing and a ground ball.
Foul ball.
And that's just foul. Just misses the mark outside the zone. Swings through it for the K. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
That first offering is fouled off. Foul ball there. Oh, and 2 now. That one's upstairs. Ball 1. On the ground to third. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. It's the Giants 5 and the Yankees nothing. Back here at Oracle Park, we go to the top of the 7th. Jazz Chisholm Jr. stepping in now for the Yankees. Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the Yankees, shortstop Jose Caballero.
That clips the corner.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Ground ball right side, and it finds its way through for a hit. And out to a board.
Up next,
One of the first real jams of the game for him, Boog. Back-to-back singles to start the inning, and he's had a real solid outing, but he needs to lock this situation down if he wants it to stay that way.
Here's Ryan McMahon now. Yo, 1. A laser to left base hit. Jazz on his horse coming around third. He'll score easily. It's 5-1. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Logan Webb won't go any further, and a nice effort out of him, no doubt. New arm coming on. We'll be back for that in a moment.
now pitching for
Ryan
the
Barucki on a pitch out of the pen here.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
The Yankees looking to rally. The Yankees trying to get back into this one here in the top half of inning number 7.
No, that's it.
Here's a 1-2. Breaking ball misses down and away. Cracks his bat and pops him on. There's one. Over third.
Hey,
Safe.
beat it up.
Up next for the Yankees, center fielder Trent Grisham.
Back to the top of the order now. And now the center fielder, Trent Grisham. 0 for 3 in this one. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Signs of movement in the Giants bullpen. Eric Miller, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Win, the right-hander, loosening up as well. There's the swing and a miss.
The pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, lowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous two-strike pitch.
Swings through that one for strike one. Two on, 2 outs. In the dirt. And an excellent job keeping it right there. A 1-1. Judge rips that one. That one hops off the wall and should score at least one. One run is in. Throw cut off, now to the plate. There's the tag, they get it. And that's the inning. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Giants 5 and the Yankees 2. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Will Warren.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
So back to the top of the order. Luis Ariz stands in.
That's down. That's a ball.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And a 1-2. Backed off the plate that time.
Ball.
That one misses.
That's ball 4.
So a
Take your
leadoff
base.
walk.
Up next for the Giants, third baseman, Matt Chapman.
And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Swings through that one.
Well, you know this guy wants a pitch up, something that he can hit hard and drive over the wall. But you've got to set your sights down a little bit. You can't lose your discipline and go after a pitch that you just can't do anything with.
That's the strikeout for Chappie.
Well, take a look at the three-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
1 out man at first. Rafael Devers, the next Giant to hit. 1 for 3. On the ground, right side. The underhand flip. Here's one. On to first. Save. So they get one, but a really nice try there.
The shortstop, Willie Adames.
Swing and a miss. 0-1. Foul ball. And that's way high. And the count 1-2.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And that will end the inning. One left for San Francisco. They're still out in front, 5-2.
Now pitching for the
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Keaton Wynn. Here comes Cody Bellinger. The Yanks in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here. Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Pitch is in there. That's strike 1.
Big at bat right here. He did the team thing, took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base.
Outside. That's a ball.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike. That one way outside. Ball 3. And that's where the swing. It's a strikeout.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. Just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach. When you can hand the ball off to multiple arms, and get stability from all of their performances.
The Yankees trailing by 3, and we're at the top of the 8th. Next offering upstairs. And that one missing inside, a sharp slider. Catcher challenge. Will take another look. Just caught the zone by a whisper, and the call is overturned. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Up the middle. Dives, and he can't hang on. The throw is late, and they don't get the out.
No problem beating out the infield hit right there. Good hustle getting down the line. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit.
Man at first, Giancarlo Stanton now at the plate.
Hey!
The 0-2. Breaking ball misses down and away. Rice, the base runner at first with 1 out. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Got him swinging.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Here comes the manager out of the Giants dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Keaton Wynn will depart. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. So they turn to their closer, Ryan Walker.
Ryan Walker.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Line drive, base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Up next for the Yankees.
That ball was blasted, Boog, and as broadcasters, we can go weeks without seeing a ball hit 115 miles per hour, which is what StatCast tells us there. Man, he really got the bat through the zone and did not get cheated.
Yeah, that ball was absolutely smoked. Next to him, Jose Caballero.
Nope, ball.
First and second, 2 down. On the ground to third.
That's
and that's a
foul.
foul ball. Comebacker to the mound. Throws to first in time. And that is that. Yanks strand a pair. They trail at 5-2. On to the bottom of the 8th. And digging in for San Francisco, Jung-Hoo Lee.
That missed. That's a ball.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. Here's a 1-1. And there's a foul ball. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Up next for the Giants, left fielder, Elliot Ramos.
Ball up.
Fouled off left side. A 1-1.
Ball.
That one fouled hard the other way. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Throwing the ball well, and they need this scoreless inning in relief right here. Been doing a good job keeping him in striking distance.
Just inside.
Missing there. Ball 1.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
Left field. And that is that. Giants down in order, and it remains 5-2. back here in San Francisco. All set to start the ninth in this one. Ryan McMahon stepping in now for the Yankees. The 0-1. Tap foul to plate. Walker, in his third season, he features a sinker, a slider, and he works in a four-seamer. Here's the 0-2. No question about this one. It's out of here. And they inch closer. It's 5-3.
That home run narrows the gap between these two. This one isn't over yet. No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a while. An 0-2 mistake. That's supposed to be a pitch out of the zone. He left it in the spot that the hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what he did.
Ball, outside.
The 1-0.
Right
That's
now,
inside.
behind
Ball.
the count, 2 balls and no strikes. No free passes. You can't allow that.
That one misses. Ball 3.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
Here's a 3-0. And there's a
Hey,
strike.
ha!
Oh, look at the stop. Fires to first, and very nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Yankees, center fielder Trent Grisham.
So the batter now will be Trent Grisham. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, and he's grounded out. High fly ball down the left field line. Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. He's in at second with a 1-out double.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged 0 for to start the season and get into a slump.
Ball 1, no strikes. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. No challenges left for them now. The Giants trying to close out a 2-run lead here at the top of the ninth. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider. One now. Judge over the top. Check. Yankees with only 1 out remaining. Here comes the manager out of the Giants dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Ryan Walker done for the night. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. Now on the bump, JT Brubaker.
Pretty big spot he's coming into, trying to strand that runner at second base. So he's going to need to make some quality pitches. He does have first open if he needs to use it.
So they're down to their final out. Next to hit, Cody Bellinger, known for his late inning heroics.
This is a big spot for a big-time player.
Two outs and one in scoring position.
Ball.
Not close with that one. 3 balls, no strikes.
Big pitch coming right here. Last thing he wants to do is put the tying run on base, but he can't groove one either.
And there's the automatic. They're down to their final strike. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Tying run at the plate. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. That one carrying and gone. Cody Bellinger blasts one out. It's their second home run of the inning, and this game is tied.
Wow, what a clutch swing right there. And now anything can happen in this game. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Now here's Giancarlo Stanton. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
The 1-0. Action in the San Francisco bullpen. Landon Root, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. It's a 1-1. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there. And it's a foul ball. Popped up. Around. Under it. And that's the 3rd out. So a 9th inning comeback here, and this game has been flipped on its head. We're all tied up 5-5. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the 9th. Fernando Cruz.
Leading off to the Giants, catcher, Patrick Daly.
Fastball for a strike. And it's 0-1. Swings through that. Movement in the Yankees pen. David Bednar, the closer, is getting loose. 0-2 now. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Up next for the Giants, center fielder, Harrison.
And now Bader up to the plate. Pitch misses there. Ball 1. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep their remaining challenge. All tied up. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Late that time, and it's strike 2. Next offer, he's downstairs.
Boog, I'm not sure how he took that right there. I mean, that was an incredible 2-strike pitch.
So the call stands. So they're now out of challenges. And that misses. Ball. And that's ball 2.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitches is strike.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Coming out of the bullpen, throwing beans.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
In the air, left field. Bellinger makes the grab. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Giants go down quietly. This ball game still tied 5-all.
Now pitching for
Back
the
now,
Giants,
and we're in extras. A new arm on the mound here in the top half of the inning. Landon Root.
And he's got a big-time breaking ball to contend with. Hitters going to have to pick it up early if they're going to have any chance.
Go ahead, run on base. Jazz Chisholm Jr. getting ready to hit.
Really nice swing in his last at bat. Shot a line drive into center field.
And that one fouled off. Strike 2.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. And it's second. Out to short, Adames. Tosses to first, one away in the top half of the 10th. Looks like we've got a substitution at second. And here's the Yankees pinch runner, Ahmed Rosario. Outside low, ball 1. Action in the pen down there. Matt Gage, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. The Yanks with the go-ahead run standing at second here in the top half of the 10th. And fouled off. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Runner on third after the stolen base, even with the drop, strike 3.
Nice job recovering to complete the strikeout at first base right there. Even though the runner from second does move up to third, it's not a big deal in this situation now that they're 2 outs. Just makes blocking pitches in the dirt to this next batter even more critical.
Ryan McMahon steps to the plate. He's already homered in this game. That one
That's
misses.
a ball.
And that's ball one. Finds his way through, base hit. In comes the run from third. It's an RBI single, and they lead it in the 10th. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Outside
Ball.
low, ball one.
No, he's
Nope,
really
that's
working
outside.
him away
Ball.
this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Hey, ha!
One run across in the frame so far here in extra innings. The next pitch
Ball.
misses. Ball three. So a walk
That's ball
puts
four.
runners
Take
at
your
first
base.
and second. Here comes the manager out of the dugout. Eric Miller into the game.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Grisham at the plate and takes high there. Miller, he's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit. Two on, 2 outs.
No, that's in.
Here's a 2-1. That's
To
a
right.
strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Try to find that sweet
That missed.
spot
That's
on
the ball.
the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
And with 2 outs and the count full, the runners will be on the move. And that'll load
Take your
the
base,
bases.
ball four.
Up next for the Yankees, the designated hitter, Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. Swing and a miss and a slider. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
In there, got him looking for the K. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. So they get one, but end up leaving the bases loaded. Last chance to even things up. We head to the bottom of inning number 10. Yankees 6 and the Giants 5.
Now pitching for the
We're
Yankees,
back, and on the
number
mound is the
53,
closer, David Bednar. A chance at his first save of the year. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Now Matt Chapman at the plate.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time. Well, comfortable or
that's
not,
high.
these are the situations closers they seem to live for. When you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it, but this is where they earn their keep.
So the tying run is second. And that
Oh.
skips in the dirt. close, but called a ball. Ball 3.
It's getting squeezed a little bit here late.
Pumps in a strike, and now 3-1 the count. Laser to the gap, should score the run. Carrying well. In comes the run from second. It's 6-6. Chapman on his way to third. And he makes it to third. Winning run aboard and nobody out.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
In for a strike. It's 0-1. What a stop. Nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Giants, the shortstop,
Willie Adames to the plate now at a high leverage spot. He's already homered here in this one.
Definitely a strikeout situation right here. Lots of ways for that go-ahead run to score if the ball's put in play.
Winning run at third, 1 down. And we're in the last half of the 10th. That misses off the outside edge. That hits the zone, and it's 2-1.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
And that's downstairs and outside. To the mound, he's got it. Slings to first in time.
up next for the Giants, right fielder, Jung-Woo Lee.
That misses
Ball
the zone.
inside.
And that is ball 1. Looked like it was a little bit up. Center field. Grisham under this one. Brings it in. And that will end the inning. So a run on 1 hit. Back here at Oracle Park. We're in extras here. Cody Bellinger stepping in now for the Yankees. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Can't get to it, and this should score the run. Here comes the judge around third, and he's got a triple. Go-ahead run on third, and nobody out. He will score, and they take the lead.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Out front with the swing, and that is strike 1.
Don't be surprised to ball on the ground to the corners if they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Swing and a miss. And the count count 1-2.
You'll see this approach from a lot of lefty pitchers, that they've got a good slider when facing a lefty hitter. When that pitch is just running away as soon as it leaves the hand, so tough to hit.
Right. Not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. And it's going to stay a strike. So that removes their last challenge. And now it's Ahmed Rosario. Swings through that one.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Out towards right center field. Bader on his way over. He's got it. Runner tags for home. He's in on the sac fly, and it's a 2-run lead.
For the Giants.
Matt Gage comes on now.
Yeah, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
And a base hit right there. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Jose Caballero stepping in now for the Yankees. The shortstop takes the ball.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger. And perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at-bat to hit.
Two runs across in the inning. We are in the 11th. Next offering misses down and away. That one missed.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Up next for the Yankees, third baseman Ryan McMahon.
Well, he's
That's
already in some trouble,
outside.
and falling behind in the count makes it even worse. Then you've got to throw the ball over more of the plate, and that's where they can really do damage against a guy like this.
2 on, 2 outs. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Next offering is fouled back. One and 2 now. Up the middle. That's a base hit. Jazz on his horse coming around third. He'll score, and now 9-6. Manager out of the dugout.
For the Giants,
So up next for New York, Austin Wells. That's off the inside corner. Ball 1.
That's the ball.
The Yankees trying to break this one open. And we're here at the top half of the 11th. Just
No,
off
that's
the
out.
outside edge. And they're all
Ball
loaded
4.
up.
Runner, take your base.
up next for the Yankees,
Oh, yeah.
Yankees up by 3 here in extra innings. Ripped on the ground to second. They take the 4th out. That ends the inning. Back here in San Francisco. All set for the bottom of the 11th. Elliot Ramos digs in now. And a foul ball. That one finds the zone. That's strike 2. And
That's the ball.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And it's second. That one a little bit high. And a count now even up.
That pitch was pretty borderline at the top of the zone, and he's not digging the call out there on the mound. Clearly pretty frustrated, so he's going to have to collect himself a little.
2-2. And there's the ball. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout. The Yanks trying to close out a 3-run lead, and we're in the bottom of the 11th. That one is absolutely belted. One hopper off the wall, and that should bring in the run. The run comes in to score from second, and in at second with an RBI double.
Well, that gets them a little closer in this one.
Jake Bird on the pitch here. And now Patrick Bailey. Ball one. That's there. The ball. Way
That's
inside.
in. Ball.
Man, you got to wonder with first base open, one out. Is he going to get a pitch to hit?
That's in there.
What?
That's strike 1. Swinging a foul out of play. This one in the air center field. Grisham drifts towards it. He's got it. 2 away now.
Up next for the Giants, center fielder Harrison Bader.
Hit on the ground to short. Save!
Fantastic
effort, but that extends the inning.
1 out away from this game being over, but an infield single keeps them alive. They're still breathing, and maybe this provides that last-minute spark.
No, that's out.
In the box here, lets that one go for a ball. That's down and in. A bit low.
Ball. That's
3
down.
balls, no strikes. And that one hit 97 on the gun. They're down to their final strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Throw to first, ball game, and the Yankees slugged their way to a win in this one.
Well, I love the fact they didn't quit. They had to do a little extra work tonight to secure this win, but it's what you got to do over the course of a season if you want to be a championship ball club.